So regarding the question how often or how frequently you can do inner child work, there are a few points. First of all, the question is good because it means you understood that this is not a one-time thing. It's called inner child work for a reason. So it should be repeated. It is just not done after one session. So that's one point. Like always, there are no absolute rules here, but if you use common sense, I would give you the following ideas from my experience. First of all, each session, if it really goes deep, if it's really intense, and it should be intense, it will take considerable energy. And so that means you cannot do unlimited work on a day, usually a typical inner child work session, if you do that by yourself also with somebody, would be taking care of one inner child, maybe 2 times, 3 times to make it more intense, or even under specific circumstances taking care of multiple children, and that will be just 1 or 2, maximum 3 processings. And that will be it. That will be what you can process in one session, which means one day. So if you're by yourself and you feel the next day that that inner child, you think of that inner child and you're like, he or she might need something, then you can, of course, just do that again. You use the correct tape for it, the repetition tape, because it's a repetitive session. It will be quicker. You will go quicker to the inner child and will save some time there. And just repeat that and observe the changes of the situation. And inner children have to be imagined like you would imagine it, like a person. So you're basically creating a relationship with that inner part of yourself. And that means it will change over time. The more attention you give, you will be perceived as more reliable by the inner child. The inner child will trust you more, will open up emotionally more, and will be calmer. Maybe after the first session, the inner child is just kind of all right, which is a reason why we put it at the inner safe place, so that the inner child is fine by him or herself. But with time there will be more trust, more communication, and that will evolve and develop. And that's the beauty of the method, and that will then give you the actual emotional effects and benefit. So the repetition is very essential. So common sense, don't overdo it. Don't forget about the inner children either if they come back to your consciousness, if you feel there's still something open. Now, when should you switch focus from one inner child to another? Well, if you think of an inner child and that inner child is just fine and happy and calm and peace at the safe place, then there might be no immediate need to take care of that inner child. If the issue that was connected to that inner child is still coming back up and is present in your life, then revisiting that inner child might make sense for you, and so repetition of the same is a good idea. Now, we all do have multiple inner children, and of course, going to a different inner child is something that would very often happen in the process of in a coaching process with someone. But if you do it by yourself, it's basically the same thing, since you know the method and you know how everything works. If you then now think of a different inner child with a different age, a different situation, you just start from the top with that inner child and treat each inner child like a new one. So that means, to be absolutely clear, that you can basically jump from one child to the other, switch, and be playful with it, be creative. There are no rules, oh, you can do this, you can do that, and that's not the point. The point is, go according to your own instinct. Where there is a needy child, you go back, and of course there will be very, very different scenarios. Like always, you might have taken care of an inner child, and then after a while it comes back and needs some more attention, or you change to a different inner child, and then another inner child comes back to you. So always take care of the most urgent matter, that what appears to you, oh, that's the most pressing thing here. And again, be creative. If you feel it is right for you to take care of multiple inner children in one sitting, then do it. If it works for you, it works. That's fine,